Have you ever gone through something so painful that you thought, I can't take this anymore? Maybe life hit you harder than you expected. People left, dreams broke, and hope felt far away. But what if I told you, this pain you're feeling right now isn't here to destroy you. It's here to build you, because pain doesn't last forever, but the growth it creates does. Number one, pain is the price of progress. Every great achievement in life comes with a cost, and that cost is often pain. Pain is not something to fear, but something to understand. It is life's most honest teacher, a messenger that whispers, you are growing. Whether it's the ache of failure, the sting of rejection, or the exhaustion of effort, every form of pain you experience is proof that you are moving forward. Growth never happens in comfort. Comfort keeps you where you are, while pain pushes you toward where you're meant to be. The discomfort you feel when stretching beyond your limits is the price you pay for becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Think about it. No seed ever becomes a tree without breaking. The shell must crack open before new life can emerge. In the same way, you must go through seasons of breaking to reach your next level of becoming. Every successful person you admire has walked through moments that tested their patience, faith, and courage. They didn't escape pain, they embraced it. They saw it not as punishment, but as preparation. They understood that the struggle they endured was shaping the strength they would need later. Pain builds endurance, and endurance builds excellence. Without struggle, there can be no transformation. Pain is the great equalizer. It visits everyone, no matter who you are or what you have. But what separates the weak from the strong is how you respond to it. Some people see pain as a stop sign. Others see it as a signal to keep pushing. Pain asks you one question: how badly do you want it? It reveals your priorities, your persistence, and your purpose. When you keep moving forward despite the hurt, you prove to yourself that your vision is greater than your suffering. You discover that you are stronger than you thought, and that every ounce of effort is carving something magnificent within you. The truth is, progress always demands a sacrifice. To grow in your career, you must sacrifice comfort. To strengthen your body, you must endure fatigue. To expand your mind, you must challenge your beliefs. To build meaningful relationships, you must risk vulnerability. There is no advancement without effort, no success without struggle, and no triumph without trials. Pain refines you. It burns away weakness and leaves behind the purity of purpose. When you feel discomfort, it means you're stretching into a new version of yourself, one that is capable of more than you ever imagined. The people who achieve greatness are not those who avoid pain, but those who accept it as part of their journey. They understand that every difficulty carries a lesson, every delay holds a purpose, and every disappointment hides a blessing. Pain becomes the bridge between who you are and who you are becoming. It humbles you, molds you, and prepares you for responsibilities that comfort could never equip you for. The moment you stop fearing pain, you start mastering life. Because pain, when seen through the right lens, is not your obstacle. It's your opportunity for transformation. Number two, temporary struggles, eternal strength. Every struggle you face feels endless while you're in it. The nights seem longer, the weight feels heavier, and hope seems to fade with every passing moment. But the truth is, no storm lasts forever. Every trial, every heartbreak, and every challenge has an expiration date. The pain may visit for a while, but it never stays permanently. What remains after the storm passes is the strength you've built while enduring it. Every time you face something that seems too much to handle, and yet you keep going, you are planting the seeds of lasting strength. Struggles are temporary by nature. They come to test, not to stay. But the strength they leave behind is eternal because it becomes part of who you are. When you look back at your life, you'll realize that the moments that broke you also built you. The days you thought you couldn't survive were the days that quietly shaped your courage. Temporary struggles are like fire. They burn, they hurt, but they purify. They strip away fear, doubt, and weakness, leaving behind resilience. Each hardship becomes a hidden blessing, molding your spirit in ways comfort never could. You grow through what you go through. The pain that feels unbearable today will one day become your story of victory, your reminder that you are capable of overcoming far more than you ever believed. Every wound becomes wisdom, and every scar becomes a symbol of survival. Temporary struggles are life's way of testing your faith in yourself. They ask, will you give up or grow through this? The people who rise from difficulty are not those who never suffered. They are the ones who chose to endure with purpose. They faced pain and decided it would not define them. Struggle refines you. It reveals your hidden strength and shows you the parts of yourself that only hardship can expose. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only option. And when you survive something that once felt impossible, you walk differently, not with pride, but with peace. You gain a quiet confidence that can only come from surviving storms. Every temporary struggle carries a permanent lesson. It teaches you patience when everything feels delayed. It teaches you gratitude when you lose what you took for granted. It teaches you faith when you're forced to walk without seeing the full path ahead. These lessons don't fade when the pain fades. They stay within you, guiding your future steps. The strength you build during dark times becomes your anchor in brighter days. It gives you a deeper understanding of life and a greater appreciation for every moment of peace that follows. Temporary struggles may bruise the body, but they strengthen the soul. They remind you that every ending carries the seed of a new beginning, and every hardship is shaping you into someone more grounded, more powerful, and more alive than before. Number 3, growth hides behind discomfort. Discomfort is life's most misunderstood gift. Most people run from it, hide from it, or try to numb it. Yet it is the very thing that pushes us toward who we are meant to become. Growth never appears in comfort zones. It waits quietly beyond them. It hides behind those moments that make you question your worth, your path, and your strength. When life becomes uncomfortable, it's not punishing you. It's inviting you to evolve. Every challenge, every rejection, every uneasy step forward is a signal that you are being stretched into a bigger version of yourself. Discomfort is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're changing, that you're breaking through old limits, and that something extraordinary is trying to emerge within you. Think about the process of transformation in nature. A caterpillar cannot become a butterfly without struggling inside the cocoon. The very discomfort of that confined space is what builds its wings. If the process were easy, the wings would never gain the strength to fly. The same is true for human growth. The discomfort you feel when facing a challenge is the necessary tension that builds your inner wings. It teaches you patience, resilience, and courage, qualities you can't develop in moments of ease. Comfort feels good, but it keeps you still. Discomfort feels painful, but it moves you forward. It is the bridge between who you are and who you are destined to be. Discomfort shows up in many forms: in failure, in fear, in uncertainty, in change. Every time you face a situation that forces you out of what feels safe, you are being given a sacred opportunity to grow. It's in the moments when nothing seems to make sense that your deepest wisdom begins to form. It's in the times when you are scared to take the next step that your courage awakens. Discomfort challenges the small voice of doubt inside you and replaces it with conviction. It reveals your potential by showing you what you can handle, even when you think you can't. The people who grow the most are not the ones who seek comfort, but the ones who willingly face discomfort and learn from it. Growth hides behind discomfort because discomfort is the birthplace of change. It tears down your illusions, exposes your fears, and forces you to see what truly matters. It is uncomfortable to leave behind old habits, old identities, and old beliefs, but it is the only way to create something new. Every time you choose to stay in the discomfort of learning, healing, or rebuilding, you are expanding your capacity to live a richer, deeper life. Discomfort doesn't last forever, but the transformation it brings does. It shapes your character, strengthens your mind, and deepens your soul. It teaches you that real growth never happens in the moments when everything feels easy. It happens in the moments when you dare to step into the unknown, trusting that the struggle you feel today is preparing you for the strength you'll need tomorrow. Number 4, every scar tells a story. Every scar you carry is proof that you have lived, endured, and risen above something that once tried to break you. Scars are not signs of weakness. They are symbols of strength. They remind you of what you have survived, of the battles you fought in silence, and of the pain you faced with courage. While others may only see the mark, you know the story behind it, the nights of struggle, the moments of fear, the decisions that changed everything. Scars are life's way of saying, you made it through. They are not there to bring back the hurt, but to remind you that healing is possible. They whisper of your resilience, your endurance, and your ability to stand again after every fall. There was a time when each scar was a wound, raw, painful, and open. You may have thought it would never heal, that the ache would last forever, but it didn't. Time, patience, and faith work quietly to turn that pain into wisdom. What once hurt now holds meaning. Every scar tells a story of transformation, a story of how something tried to break you but ended up building you instead. It might have been a heartbreak, a betrayal, a failure, or a loss. Whatever it was, it left a mark not to remind you of your suffering, but to remind you of your strength. Scars don't erase your past, they redefine it. They give beauty to your brokenness and depth to your soul. Some people try to hide their scars, thinking they make them less perfect, less lovable, less whole. But in truth, scars are what make you real. They show the world that you have lived deeply, that you have faced what others only fear. They carry the evidence of your courage. When you accept your scars instead of hiding them, you give permission to others to embrace their own healing too. Your scars become your testimony, proof that wounds do heal, that darkness can turn into light, and that endings can lead to new beginnings. There is something sacred about a scar. It speaks of pain, but also of perseverance. It reminds you that even after being broken, you can still be beautiful. Every scar tells a story of survival, of learning, and of becoming. It is not the pain that defines you, but the way you rose after it. Scars are the footprints of your growth. They trace the journey of your heart, from innocence to wisdom, from loss to love, from fear to faith. When you look at them, you should not feel regret, but gratitude, because every scar is a chapter of your becoming, a quiet reminder that you have faced storms, walked through fire, and still found the strength to move forward. They are the silent storytellers of your life, marking the places where you were wounded, but also where you were healed. Number 5, time heals. Lessons. Stay. Time is the greatest healer, though it often works silently and slowly. When pain strikes, it feels like it will never fade. The wound feels fresh, the memories sting, and every moment becomes heavy with the weight of what happened. But with time, something extraordinary takes place. The edges of the pain begin to soften, the tears begin to dry, and the heart learns to breathe again. Time doesn't erase what happened. It transforms how you carry it. What once felt unbearable becomes manageable, and what once shattered you becomes a story you can tell without breaking. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning to live with what once hurt you, without letting it control you. Time has a way of showing you that even the deepest pain can lose its sharpness when you keep moving forward. Yet while time heals the pain, it allows the lessons to stay. Every heartbreak, every failure, every loss carries wisdom that remains long after the wound has healed. These lessons become part of your character, shaping how you think, how you love, how you trust, and how you move through the world. The situations that once felt cruel begin to reveal their purpose. You start to see why certain people left, why certain doors closed, and why certain moments had to break you before they could bless you. The lessons stay because they are meant to prepare you for what comes next. They become the invisible armor that protects your heart and the silent guide that leads your future decisions. Sometimes it takes distance to see the meaning behind pain. In the middle of suffering, all you can see is loss. But with time, you begin to see growth. You realize that the things you thought you couldn't survive were the very things that made you stronger. Time helps you understand that every disappointment was redirection, every ending was protection, and every mistake was education. The lessons that stay with you are not bitter memories, but wise reminders. They whisper, "You've been here before, and you made it." They keep you grounded when life feels uncertain and humble when life feels good. Time and lessons work together. One heals your heart, the other strengthens your spirit. There is a quiet power in what time leaves behind. It doesn't just heal your wounds, it reshapes your perspective. You begin to value peace over chaos, patience over control, and growth over comfort. The person you become after pain is not the same as the one who entered it. You've seen what hurt can do, but you've also seen what healing can create. You no longer chase what broke you, you honor what rebuilt you. Time may take away the ache, but the lessons it leaves are eternal. They become the foundation of your wisdom, the compass for your future, and the gentle proof that even pain serves a purpose when you allow it to teach you. Number 6, endurance shapes greatness. Greatness is not born out of moments of ease. It is forged in the fires of endurance. Every person who has achieved something extraordinary has walked through seasons of struggle, doubt, and exhaustion. Endurance is the quiet force that keeps you moving when everything in you wants to stop. It's not about speed, it's about persistence, the ability to keep going even when progress seems invisible. The truth is, success doesn't come to the most talented or the most gifted. It comes to those who refuse to quit. Endurance builds strength, and strength builds greatness. Every step you take in pain, every decision you make in uncertainty, and every battle you fight in silence becomes a brick in the foundation of your greatness. Endurance teaches you patience in a world obsessed with instant results. It reminds you that meaningful things take time: growth, healing, mastery, peace. None of these are achieved overnight. The journey to greatness often feels lonely, not because you're on the wrong path, but because very few are willing to walk that far. Endurance demands sacrifice. It asks you to show up when no one is watching, to believe when nothing is working, and to trust when everything feels uncertain. It's in those moments of difficulty that your character is being refined. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door is not a sign of failure. It is preparation. You are being stretched, strengthened, and shaped for something greater than what you can see right now. Endurance is not glamorous. It's quiet, uncelebrated, and often misunderstood. People will see the result, but never the resilience it took to get there. They will applaud the success, but overlook the struggle that built it. Yet, it's in that hidden struggle where greatness is born. Endurance teaches you discipline, to act with commitment rather than emotion. It reminds you that passion starts the journey, but endurance completes it. It's the strength to rise again after every fall, to rebuild after every loss, and to keep faith alive even when nothing seems to change. Endurance is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. When you learn to endure, you stop being controlled by circumstances. You develop a calm strength, a kind of power that no setback can destroy. Endurance builds emotional muscles, resilience, focus, and determination. It teaches you to find peace in the process rather than constantly chasing the outcome. Every challenge you face becomes an opportunity to grow, every difficulty a lesson in perseverance. Over time, endurance transforms you. It gives you depth, maturity, and unshakable confidence. You begin to understand that greatness is not a moment of glory, it's a lifetime of endurance. It's the courage to stay committed when the world gives up, the patience to keep walking when the road feels endless, and the faith to believe that every trial is preparing you for triumph. So, remember this: every pain you endure, every challenge you face, every sleepless night you survive, it's not wasted, it's preparing you. The struggle you're in today is shaping the strength you'll need tomorrow. Don't run from pain, don't curse your process, and don't doubt your progress. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that every tear, every setback, and every scar was part of your becoming. Growth isn't found in comfort, it's found in courage. The ones who rise the highest are the ones who refuse to give up when everything in them wanted to stop. So hold your head high, keep your faith strong, and keep walking, even if it's one small step at a time. Pain is temporary, but the person you become because of it, that's forever.